I'm going to be coloring in aquatic, and it's for a body color with the beautiful elm colors. And I'm finally continuing on this. It's really old work in progress, and I have some colors I took out from my markers here. I haven't swatched them out yet, so let's get to that. Yeah, I've been bad at editing. I have been recording and I have been coloring, not that much this month, but I've been really busy this month, so whatever. So yeah, that's why I've been a bit bad at putting stuff up on the internet, but that's fine. Yeah, it's finally really autumny outside now. It's getting it's great day outside. I really like that actually. I like the gray against the autumn leaves. So yeah. All right, so here's kind of the color palette I'm going for. I think I want a few more colors actually, a few more blues. Let's see if I can take out my box of markers here. But yeah, so I don't know, it's been a while since I did the video. I don't remember what I usually talk about. Probably nothing too smart. Let's see, there we go. That's a nice color. Let's see, let's start with smoothing out this background. Let's see if maybe doing a layer with this one will smooth it out. These are my Panduro markers. They're just a hobby brand here. Still haven't checked if it's a Swedish shop or if it's Scandinavian. Might be like, you know, either Norwegian or Danish or whatever, and they just have a shop in Sweden as well. I don't know. Don't know if that helped. Maybe a bit, right? I think it's a bit here as well. Just trying to smooth it out. There we go. All right, and then let's do a layer for the skin. I'm going to do her light skinned, mostly due to the color palette I chose. Yeah, just go for it, right? I'm always a bit nervous when I go when I start doing the skin. I'm planning to go for some sort of a trip or walk or something in some forest, probably tomorrow. We'll see. Also need to do some weekly cleaning of the apartment. So yeah, that's sort of my plan for this weekend. Nothing too grandiose. Last weekend there was a lot more going on. I was when I was a student, I was active in the theater group, and we had like a reunion for that, which was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It was both like a party, I guess. It sounds so like the word party in English in my head, like, yeah, it sounds so juvenile. Is there a better word for like not a gathering? A gathering sounds like something the ends too, a gathering of ends. Oh no, Sergey, not now. Not now. I'm in the delicate process of trying to color skin. You can't come over my page right now. Okay, you can sit over there. That's not good. That's a good place. So yeah, I'm trying to keep all the edges wet at the same time, as you do. Okay, so that turned out a bit darker than it did on my swatch here. That's fine. Might dry a bit lighter. I have a cinnamon bun here, a really huge one. It's from a local cafe. They make these really big ones. Usually like cinnamon bun is that small, you know. But yeah, feel really Swedish here. Let me take a bite. Yeah, I'm mostly trying to, right now, like in this stage of the process, I'm going to try to like put out the colors where I want them. Is this the correct orange? Doesn't look like that. Is this color or not? So weird. Let's see. No, it should be. Oh well, we'll see. Worst case scenario, I can always go over stuff with polychromos to get the colors I actually want. So it's, you know, I'm not that bothered if things don't really turn out the way I want at this stage. I've seen the new Joseph Kathingbang book. A lot of people like it. I'm actually, of course, as usual, I'm on the other side of the fence because I feel like it's a lot less detailed, and I know many people like that, but for me it was actually a bit like, you see these flowers in the backgrounds, for example. I like that. I like that effect. I like the extra dimension they give to the pictures, and I didn't see any of that in the newest book. So yeah, pity for me at least. Okay, let's see, what more do we do in this color? I wonder what color I'll do the chains. Probably color over them and then do them in like a Posca or something, because I'm too lazy to try to color around them and in them and all that. This kind of, whatever this is, will be in this color as well. Let's see. Okay, something like that. Gonna do the, what is that? The round thing. What is that? The steering wheel? I think steering wheel. At least in a car it's a steering wheel, but I don't know what it's called on a boat. Let's see. What kind of browns do I have here? All right. I almost forgot I had this body color. Don't tell Erica anything. Sergej, that's mine. Don't eat my cinnamon bun. No, that's good. You don't like it anyway. I've been mostly like, since I've been very busy, I've mostly been coloring simple, just filling in spaces like patterns and stuff like that. You see, it's actually quite a few, or like I finished 3 pages in a new coloring book that's new to me in, is it Angela Porter? I think it is. Intricate landscapes or something like that it's called. I was surprised at how much fun I had and how nice they turned out. So was nice. Otherwise, I finished maybe 2 pictures, so we'll see. I've been I've been reading the Hunger of the Gods. So the second book by John Gwynne. The first one is Shadow of the Gods. I won't be spoiling anything. But hey, if you like fantasy, if you like if you don't shy away from things that have a bit of violence, and like books that don't have a little bit of violence, I mean, and if you like things that are well written with good characters and a good story and a really cool world, John Gwynne, Shadow of the Gods, and then Hunger of the Gods, I'm totally sold. Like it's been a while since I read something that's been that good. So I'm really, really thrilled with that. Maybe brown chains could be a thing. Like instead of going for yellow, because I'm thinking I want to give her yellow hair. That could be a thing. Let's see, we'll postpone that decision a bit. Wait, is this supposed to be her shoulder? I think it's supposed to be her shoulder. Okay, let's color that as if it were her shoulder. But yeah, so that's really, really, really good books. Yeah. It's really been a while since I read something that good. So that's nice. What's happening here? What is this? What is that? Is that a claw? What's happening around that book? Nobody knows. Meh. We'll see. I'll just color it as if, you know, just guess around it. I don't need to know exactly what it is anyway, so yeah. Let's see, where did this live? Probably here. No? Wait, this is the brown. It's over there. I think brown chains is a good idea. I'm going to do those last though. All right, light hair or dark hair is the next question, but let's do the starfish first. Yeah, and I'm thinking I'll go in with this color. Huh. It's not orange enough, but okay, I'll do a layer of this and then go over it with something else. Because this looks like something that the skin would be shaded with. Another question is what the tentacles should be. I usually always go for purple tentacles. I think I'm like inspired by Ursula every time. But it feels a bit done now in my own coloring. So I think I need to go for something else. I'm actually going to shade in this. What is it? The starfish, right? Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just putting in some color here and there. There we go. I'll put in another darker color later on. That's that for now. Okay, let's shade in the rest of her skin then maybe. Okay, so this is always a bit scary, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to sort of guess where I think the shadows should be. I think that should be shadows. this strand of hair should leave a shadow. This tentacle, how close to her neck is that tentacle? What do we think? I think it's not that close, so I'm going to do something like that for the shadow. Okay, then we have this one is a bit closer. So how to think about that is that, so if you have like, okay, let's you know, this is the tentacle. And then we have her neck. There we go. And let's do 2 different cases. So there. Very beautiful. Very well. Okay, so if you have like that, and if you do the shadow like this, or if you do it like this, you will get 2 different effects. So wait, let me just color that. So if you do it like this, then it looks like the tentacle is actually touching her skin over here. While over here, with the distance between the shadow and the like outline, it looks like it's further away from her skin, right? So the closer, or like the smaller the shadow is, the closer the objects are. But the further away the shadow is, the further away the objects are. Sort of. So, yeah. Let's see. Then we have, I have no idea what that is. Just color it in. But that's sort of what I'm thinking when I'm doing stuff like this. I'm really not that good at it, but at least it usually turns out okay, in my opinion. Okay, then we have her face. Now, yeah, I'm going to be ignoring these little scales things. I'm going to be, at least now when I'm shading, I'm going to ignore it. So let's see, I want to leave a bit of, I'm just trying to plan it out. Okay, let's just go for it. Something like that, and then we would have a shadow probably here underneath her eyebrows, and you would get a shadow, I think, I mean, you know, I'm not an expert really, but I think you would get a shadow here. Something like that. Okay, and then the here. Yeah, can always go in with darker, but it's hard to go in with lighter colors. So let's be a bit conservative with where we put the shadows right now. I say while I'm coloring like big blotches of skin. But okay, let's see. This would definitely be shaded in because it's next to the hair. And now let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to go like that. And hey, if we don't like this, we can always cover it with something. So let's go like this. I usually try to imagine how people put on makeup. Like, you know, you do the shading over there and then you do the shading when you like try to narrow the nose. I'm not that good at makeup at all, or like I don't really want to be anyway, so it's fine. I go for a bit of dark eyeliner and that's that. Something like that. Looks kind of like she's got something going on. It will get a bit better later on, but for now, let's keep it like that. Let's take another bite of the cinnamon bun. Hey, what about white hair? That could be a thing. Okay, so for the orange tentacles, let's go with the first layer. I'll go with this yellow thing here, and then I'll shade them in. Yeah, let's just go for it. This is too thin. Yeah, now I'm just going to cover the, what are they called, the chains as well. Actually, all the things here that I don't know what they are. Like, there's something weird going on in this area, but whatever. Whatever. That's the only way I can tackle these cat in bang images, because not everything makes 100% sense always. At least not for me. Like, if I try to figure out exactly how things go together, it doesn't always work. I think... No, I'm not going to speculate. But yeah, okay, now I already started. I think he uses a lot of, like, digital layering in his pictures. At least that would be how I would do it if I were him. And I wanted, you know, I would have a layer with these flowers, the black flowers in the background, and then I would layer stuff on top. And these objects are, I think, also like copied and layered. But I think that makes it so that it's not quite as planned out as if you have to draw everything by hand. I love it, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Also, I'm a bit too impatient anyway to sit here and try to figure out how everything goes together, so yeah. I'm so happy I have I don't have to worry about leaving all the bubbles really starkly white also. I used to, when I did these pictures, I really like the circles actually. I know there's some people who don't. I'm going to stop referring to other people. Just like assume my taste is the opposite of the majority for the most part, so. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we're just going to do it like this here because I don't know what's happening there, and I don't care. But yeah, now I'm using the Winsor & Newton ink for the white parts, and that's working wonderfully. I'm going to show you that in the end of this video. So yeah. And that means I don't need to leave the white spaces in the same way I used to think I needed to. Oh, her lips. Oh, just going to do them in this darker skin color for now. around a bit. Alright, so what do people talk about in videos like this again? I think I like talked about some few anecdotes sometimes, right? I think I told you about different traveling things that me and my sambo usually like. We have a lot of bad luck when we're traveling. Let's see, I think I even have a... Yeah, okay. So let me tell you about the time when we were going to take the plane to Slovenia, but when it flies from Sweden, it's usually easier to go either to Zagreb or Trieste. So this time we were going to land in Trieste, and it all went kind of, all right. But then when we were trying to land in Trieste, it was really like windy, and Trieste is really close to the Slovenian border. It takes like 1 hour, a bit more maybe. I think it takes an hour by car. But it was really windy. So, and you could feel it in the plane, like not only was it like windy outside, but there also like came a gust of wind that it really felt like it was going to tip the plane. Like the whole plane went, it's like this, and then it went like whoop. The whole thing like, went as if the wind caught it wrong. And then the pilot sort of, put on the speakers and said that, yeah, as you might have noticed, we haven't landed yet. No shit. And actually, it's too windy to land here, so we're going to land in Venice. Now, Venice is, it's still and I know for you people from the US, these distances are probably nothing, but for us Europeans, Venice and Trieste are not close by. It takes, I think, it's a few hours. And by the way, this was late in the evening. I think our plane was supposed to land at like 11 o'clock, but then we were a bit late because we were like cycling above Trieste and trying to land for a bit, and then in half an hour by plane we landed in Venice. But half an hour by plane is about 3 hours by car. And but okay, so we landed there, and we were told to go to all the passengers landed at totally wrong destination, and we were told to go to Lost and Found, which is and then everyone was like standing around the Lost and Found, and finally a lady came from who was like from the flying company, I guess, or whatever you call it. Yeah, we got by bus transported to Trieste, but the bus was also late. I think we were home at like 5 o'clock in the morning instead of at 11 when we were supposed to, or I think we were supposed to land at maybe 10, and then at 11 we would have been at home. Just checking my old markers here to see if I have a really light beige one. Nope. I really like these, by the way, Winsor & Newton markers, but A big set was really expensive, so that's really light. Okay, let's go for a layer of that and see what happens. I'm thinking like in the shadows of this book. There we go. And then let's see, do we want her hair? If I want her hair to be white, I probably want some of this color in it, right? I'm going to do the shading with gray later on, but I think to give it some of like some natural color. And I'm trying to put it in the places where there's a lot of like these black lines. But as you can see, I'm not really that particular. Also, I think this marker is running out. Which, okay, fine. It's old. Yeah, it's definitely done. Let's see, what more do we have here? That's too dark. This could work. All right, I'm going to be a bit more particular with this one. But it's still too like, this is also not the final layer, so actually I'm switching to the broader nib. And also, since I'm going to do the hair white anyway, and I know that ink is good at covering the marker, I don't feel that bothered by not really following the lines. I'll just fix that with white later on. So yeah. But no, I think it was kind of funny that, you know, suddenly people were at the lost and found. I find that a bit comedic. But yeah, so we did in the end. I think we arrived at home at 4 o'clock, as I said, in the morning. Similar when we actually wanted to go to Venice by, you can take the boat from Slovenia to Venice, and it's supposed to take like, I don't know, 3 hours or something. But of course, with our luck, instead of taking 3 hours, it took like 6 hours to get there. Because of a carnival that made the boat having to drive really slowly through when it actually arrived in like Italian waters or something. I mean, I was just so unlucky. So we got, instead of like having the whole day in Venice, we got, I think, maybe 4 hours or something in Venice. And we, but that's enough to like, you know, do what you want to do when you're in a foreign city, which is get lost. Or at least that's my theory. When like visiting cities, the best thing to do is to go off the tourist track and lose yourself in the small valleys, or like the small, no, not valleys, what's it called? Small alleys. Especially in like old Mediterranean cities, it's kind of nice. Oh, let's see. I want to keep this marker out actually. There we go. Let's shade in. Oh, it's falling apart. These are really old. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And now let's see. Okay, so we have this going on. I definitely think that brown chains will be a good thing. Let's do it directly, actually, I think. All right, now I'm going to slow down a bit and do these chains. Slow down but not shut up is the plan. We'll see how that works. Been editing a bit today, so hopefully I'll keep up that streak. It'll be nice to get some videos out. I don't like, I don't know. I try not to pressure myself to do stuff, but then on the other hand, I have a lot of fun by, like, you know, reading comments and yeah, you know, you get a kick out of sharing things, or I get a kick out of sharing things. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. So it's nice to have something to share. I finally got a new phone also, one that has a functioning camera, which means that it will be a bit easier to post things on Instagram again also. I've been really bad at posting on Instagram, and I would like to blame my phone for that. Because like if it's not easy to take pictures, then I won't be taking pictures. Taking the pictures and uploading them, right? And it's easier to do it on the phone than it is to first take a picture with, I don't know, something else that you don't have that close at hand, and then maybe even not being able to upload it with that device. So yeah. Let's see how detailed we will be in shading these chains. I'm already dreading having to shade each link, but maybe I can skip shading each link. Maybe I can just do a bit of cheat shading. That's probably what I'll go for, let's be honest here. I finished a page in Botanicum recently. You'll see it in my finished pages, and it's an old work in progress, and I really liked how it was turning out. And then in the end, I went bananas with glitter, and I regret it. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's all right. It's not like a horrible fail or anything like that. But I just wish I hadn't done that. Yeah, there is such a thing as too much glitter on certain designs, or like on certain. When you're going for something else and then glitter just suddenly, or like it takes over. Yeah. So, note to self: don't go crazy on the glitter. It's not always a good decision. But yeah, I think it turned out all right anyway. See here, I have no idea what's happening here. I'm just going to pretend I know what this and just, yeah. Same here. These chains don't really make 100% sense for my head at least. But it's fine. Okay, more here. Oh, I missed some tentacles there. There we go. Here in the background, it seems. Yeah, just going to color all that yellow. Something like that, probably. I think this might be a chain as well. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we have the base colors down, I think. Let's take a bit more bite of our cinnamon bun. Okay, here we have a gray. Let's think a bit. I think Don't want too much of this. I just want this in the darkest corners. Now, deciding where to put the darkest corners, no idea. A bit here, a bit there. Probably a good thing to like see where the most of the black lines are. And just try to add it a bit. The trick is not to do it everywhere, because then it loses the effect. Something like that. Oh no, okay, let's not put gray on her nose. One more here. Now we can do a few strands in this color. Okay. Something like this. There are like 2 brain cells in my brain right now, singing aloud the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. Yeah, it's good that they have something to do, I guess. Little brain cells, so they aren't bored. Something like that. Okay. Add that to our palette over here. All right, and now I'm going to go in shading the octopus hands. Not hands, the arms. Tentacles, there we go. Okay, and I'm just going to follow these little dots that are already here and just make a bit larger dots on them. You know what I'm saying? So like where the dots, the shading is suggested with these small dots in the line art, I'm just going over that with my marker. Not too particular with this. You could definitely be more particular, but should do the trick at least to get some texture in it. We'll definitely do at least one more layer of some kind of shading on the octopus arms anyway, so yeah. See here where it's really dark, I just colored the whole area. Kind of keeping the edges of it a bit blurry though. And by blurry I mean like, you know, scribbly, I guess. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but I'm really impressed by the writing in by John Gwynne. Like the characters he wrote. There are 2. We follow 3 characters. One of them is Varg, who's a man. He's a runaway slave from the Vikings then, because this is it all takes place in the Viking inspired universe. Sort of like about 300 years ago, all of the Nordic gods fought a great war and died, and the magic is still around them, and there are some creatures, Väsen, which are taken from the Nordic lore. And this is actually the first book, or the second actually, that I've read that's inspired by Nordic cultures. The first one was the half a king, half a war, half kingdom, maybe, by Joe Abercrombie. That series trilogy. That's also a bit Viking inspired, or very Viking inspired. And this is the second one then. and it's really, really well. It's nice. I'm half reading it like a real copy and half listening to an audiobook, and the audiobook is also really good. It's on Audible by I don't know who's the reader, but it's really good anyway. The only thing that's disturbed me a bit is when the reader tries to read the Nordic words, and sometimes he puts the accent a bit clumsily, I think, or not clumsily, but obviously, like, I also don't know exactly how to pronounce Old Nordic, but yeah, a few things are a bit, yeah. Anyway, it's really good either way. That's just, that's petitesse to bother about, and that's nothing at all. Yeah, the characters, so we follow Varg and we follow Elvar, who's a female warrior, young warrior. Really well written, like you can feel that she's young and a bit, overly, not emotional, but she's a teenager, she's not wise. Really well written. And then we have Orca, who's a bit older lady. She is, oh no, she's definitely not a lady, an older woman with some kind of dark history that we get to know a bit later in the books. And she has her son and her husband. Her son and her husband are trying to navigate the world and live a peaceful life. Yeah, it's really, really good. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this bit darker color and just try to shape the tentacles a bit. So I'm going to put this where the tentacles go behind stuff. And then we'll go in with the third color for the final shadows. But this should shape them a bit more and differentiate between them maybe. Let's see. Still you see a really scribbly method. I don't know if that did anything, maybe a bit. Maybe this is too light. We'll see. We'll just continue with it and then we'll go in darker anyway. So, as I said before, it's always easier to go darker than it is to go lighter again. So, go. We see in the end, maybe we'll darken up some of the tentacles even more. And, bring attention to the ones that are actually in the foreground. Like, for example, here, I think that making some of these darker will probably help the overall picture. But we'll see. Let's go in with red then. And I'm just going to put this in the very shadows. That's probably not the correct. Okay, let's not put too much of this. So I don't like that, but I still, because I already did that, I'm going to spread it out a bit, but not do it as much as I thought I would. And then I'm going to grab another color to do the final shading with. Okay. Let's see. If that didn't work, what would work? Maybe this color? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Okay. See. You can see it, but I'm kind of moving my head back every now and then, just trying to see the whole of the picture. See, I think here, and here is the place I said I would put a bit more dark. Let's see if that is. And as I said, I won't really like bother too much about going over the hair. I will fix that with the ink, I hope. Something like that for the tentacles. I might go in with something darker later. But for now, let's stop there. Okay. Okay, let's go in and shade the chains and all that. BG7, I think, might be a good color for that. Yeah, sure, should be good enough. Okay, so I'm not going to be too... I'm going to go over some of something like that. I'm not going to be too... I'm definitely like trying to shape them a bit. So when at least for me, when I have like things that go like this and I want to make it look like I don't know, I usually put the highlight in the middle, so I would do something like, you know, like this to make it look like it's turning around. I don't know if, yeah. So for the chains here, I'm partially trying to do that. So partially if you have the links like this, I'm partially trying to make these darker, but I'm also trying to shade all of them like at least somewhere. So it's a bit of a, yeah, as usual, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm trying to put more dark in like the edges than I am here in the middles. I don't know if that makes sense. Now you have this steering wheel. Here we already have some shadows to work with, that's nice. So this should definitely be dark chains here, a bit lighter here, a bit darker here, something like that. Something like that. Okay, let's put some of this dark color in her hair as well. I'm just going to put it in the gray areas that I already had from before, but even less than I did the gray. This is just to get the same darkness all over the page, I think. Like, I want all the shadows to be the same contrast, sort of. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. Makes sense in my head. Something like that. Okay. Then let's see. I think think we need a bit more interest in her hair. Let's think a bit. 182 is a really light blue. Come here. All right, let's try this. It's barely visible, but I don't need it to be very visible anyway. I just need it to be something, like especially behind these bubbles. I'm going to want to have something, I think, to contrast the bubbles against. And so let's see here, here. Okay. Meh. Something like that. All right. Let's go in and shade the shells. Like that, and then with the red. Yeah, I definitely think we need more red in this picture. Let's put some of it in this, whatever that is, the steering wheel. All right, like that. And let's put it a bit in the tentacles as well. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, let's think a bit. Thinking of how I want to do these suckers. Do I want them to be darker or lighter than the rest? Actually, let's bring out the white. Okay, so I'm going to be using I got this for a present a long time ago, and it's a set of a calligraphy set. I'm going to be using a normal nib. I think this is a normal nib. I'm not an expert at calligraphy. Let's choose a nib that I think is the closest, because I do write sometimes with pens like this, but I'm really not an expert on all of the nibs, but I think this one nib is sort of similar to the ones I'm used to. And let's find the ink. Here it is. It's the Winsor and Newton white ink. There we go. Let's have some paper ready. There we go. Okay, and let's just go for it, I guess. As I said, I'm no expert. Don't, if you're an expert, don't judge me too harshly. But basically, I'm going to be cleaning up the places where I've gone over the things that I want white. And I'm also going to be fixing the hair. Oh, I'm going quiet. Of course I am. This is delicate work here. Yeah. So here, for example, this little highlight. Let's put in a bit of white in there. Sort of sharpen up the edges here. That. Okay. You definitely can see that I'm not an expert at this because like I'm putting ink all over the pen. I don't know, are you supposed to like have a smaller I don't know, like dip jar or something? I don't know. Let's see, maybe if I put you on this distance. No idea. Now I can see that it does bleed a bit from the color below, but not definitely not as much as the gel pen, and it's definitely smoother to apply, at least for me. Okay, here's another bubble that's got ink on it, or not ink, color. And there's another one. And here as well. Maybe I already did that one. Oh, here's a little bubble. There we go. It's just so satisfying, the flow of ink. That's all I've ever wanted from a gel pen. All right, let's see. There's that, then we have this one. So yeah, it definitely does bleed a bit. Like the color from beneath definitely peeks through. But not a lot. It seems to me like a few layers fix it. We'll see though. Something like that. Do you see any other area? I guess the outline of the frame, right? Let's do that as well. Oh no. Turned over a cup, but it was empty. Here we can definitely see how much it bleeds as well, or like how much from the under paint is going through. Not that much, right? On camera it's even less than it's in real life, so. I really wanted to color something for August, by, I think it's the, oh, I don't remember a channel name right now. Colorful Pirate, maybe? I just found that color along to be a really funny name. But unfortunately I didn't color anything pirate-like. I had it on my to-color list, but it didn't happen. Am I supposed to hold it more upright? No, it doesn't feel right. Good enough. Okay, so that's how it is right now. Now let's clean up this pen and the nib. I'm guessing, yeah, I need to pause a bit and go and clean it up in the sink with some water. Be right back. All right. So let's see. Now we have her eyes left, and we have a bit of the suckers, as I said. Also a bit more in her skin, and the scales in her skin as well. So I think her eyes should be blue. I mean, I know it's a bit cliche, but hey, that's how it is. Also putting a bit of blue in her eyebrows. Okay, now let's see. I think it should be dark up here, right? There we go. Now the suckers. Let's look at the fine liner here and see if putting in orange here in the middle of the things. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Kind of like that. I think I'm going to skip the påske then. Just going to do this inner dots here in orange. Yep. What's your opinion on the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise? I really like the first movie. Like even now I think it still holds up. Both story-wise and, I mean, of course the music as well. But also the story as well. Then the second part starts going a bit weird. The third one is still good, but also a bit weird, and then it's just downhill. I think that's the consensus, right? Or do you maybe disagree? Maybe your favorite... I haven't even seen all of them. Like, I know there's one with mermaids, right? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Okay. Okay, let's see, let's think. Now it's just her skin left and her lips. Could put a bit more gray in her hair down here, maybe. Let's try that. Worst case scenario, we just cover it up. 178 maybe. Let's see. Oh, that's purple. No, let's not. Yeah, maybe that one. Okay, let's just try. Okay, let's think a bit about where. I want to have it here. Probably here as well. Okay, then I wanted to have it here. Here as well. And this is just, you know, because it's where the hair is in the background, it should be a bit shaded as well. Or in the background where it's, yeah. To give it a bit less of a flat look, more or less. Let's see, maybe here as well. Okay. Are we happy there? A bit more here, maybe. Let's not put too much of it. We still want it to be white. Yeah, that's probably good. All right, let's see. Yellow Posca, I said. I have it here. Just putting it a bit in highlights here in the scales of her face. Some weird bubbles here. Come on, go away. Okay. There we go. And let's put it in here as well. There we go. Let's put a bit in this weird brooch as well. Maybe a bit in the bell. There we go. We could put a bit in the seashells as well. There we go. We could even put it in the chains. But nah, the chains are all right the way they are. Maybe they can have a bit of red instead. Where do we have the red? Was it this one? Yeah. Let's put a bit of red in the chains. Not all over the place, just in some places. Go. Okay. Now for her face, we need. I feel like I don't want to go in with pencils. If possible, I want to stay away from that. Just because, not because of any other reason than just to try. There we go. So these are two Winsor & Newton markers. They're both kind of pinkish, but that's all right because that's what we want now. Okay, let's put in some on her lips. And then we want her cheeks to be a bit blushed as well. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of doing the cheeks. But she does need a bit of a blush, doesn't she? And she needs a bit of a blush on her nose as well. Let's just do it and see what happens. Okay, let's go there and let's put a bit on her ears and a bit here. This is to give her some life. Otherwise she looks dead. Then maybe no. Okay, let's go in with the dark then. And this should be just in the most shadowest of shadows. There we go. She looks nicer in real life than she does on camera. She still needs one more layer between the dark and the light to marry together. So we need a light marker, a light skin marker, I think. Maybe 0518. Let's try it. So okay, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to outline where I want the actual highlights to be on the face, which should be, she should have like highlight here, right? Somewhere there. No one there. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that I need to cover the face with polychromos. That's the worst that could happen. It's not that bad. Right. Okay, let's just do it. I'm thinking like this. Did that work? Again, it's nicer in real life than it is on camera. Come on, little camera, you can do this. Maybe I can fix it in post so that it shows up a bit better. I think that kind of works. Is it perfect? No. But hey, it's all right. Okay, let's think maybe let's just go in the glossy accent now. It's time. It's time for a little glossy accent. I'm just going to do all the bubbles with this because it's satisfying. Ooh, the one behind her eye is going to be really difficult, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Do we want to do that one behind her eye there? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking I'm actually going to color that in with blue. Or? Yeah. Let's hope this is a close enough color to the background. Yeah, I might need to color the whole background with this color now. But that's alright. Except that the glossy accent is right there. Oh, what have we done? Okay. And let's just put this color in a bit. Just feather it out. Alright, and then let's put it in some more places with, and feather it out a bit again. Or I guess scribble it out when it's marker, I don't even know. Okay, let's put it in this corner as well. I don't know, I like doing dark corners. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think if we put a bit of this blue in her hair, it will be even more, it will go together even better, right? Or am I wrong in that? I might be wrong in that. But let's just put in a bit of that blue. See what happens. Nothing too drastic. Let's hide it a bit again. Yeah, I think that's that. I think that's that. Sorry, you can't walk over this picture right now. Okay, I'm going to save this before Sergei goes all over it and ruins my glossy accent. Right, but yeah, this is it. See you in the next one.